Shalom, Yesharala. I want to get infinite honest to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Harakakadash. I want to get double honest to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shah, pushing the truth across the four winds. Shalom to you, brothers. I came across this clip right here on these guys' podcast, Fresh and Fit. And they had this Edomite expert talking about the estate of America. And everything this guy said, man, goes hand in hand with prophecy. All right, and that's the thing. When you read the scriptures, it says the children of this world are wiser than the children of light. All right, you got all these heathens around about seeing the decline of America, seeing America descending into oblivion, and they're preparing themselves to leave. They're preparing themselves to stockpile resources. Okay. And then when you look at our people, they are still in the party of, they're still in a state of party and bullshit. Okay, they don't see it coming. All right, they're not occupied in prophecy, and even in the corner realm. All right, in the physical realm, they are clueless to what's going on round about them. Now they look at the news a little bit and see Putin threatening. All right, and they see a glimpse of World War III coming, but they don't know the effects of what's going on. They see the gas prices going a little higher, but they still don't have the effects, how it's going to change their lives dramatically. This time when the Most High bringing this onslaught, is going to be detrimental to life, okay? It's going to be detrimental to life. Let me find that precept. This is what's going to happen this time. They've already started. Second Ezra 16. All right, this is Second Ezra 16 and 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled, it shall not be put out until it is consumed the foundation of the earth. Okay? The Most High, this time when he lets shit hit the fan, is going to be great death that's going to come behind it. All right? I want to get the other one where it says they don't slack. Bear with me. I don't know exactly where it is. All right, there we go. No, I don't think that's the one I wanted. That's it. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Okay? This overcoming scourge is coming. And it's not going to slack this time. Like they came a little bit like a woman in travail. When if you ever been around a woman having a baby, those waves get more intense, more intense, more intense, more intense. Every wave, they put the little thing on their stomach and you can hear it, the baby coming. It gets more intense, more intense. All right. In 2020, those were the beginning of the birth pains, but they were light. But now, when they come back again, they're going to be more intense and more intense, more intense. Okay, and we need to be preparing ourselves more than ever, more than fucking ever. Let me get this beautiful passage in Psalms 57, Psalms 57 and 1, and it reads, "To the chief musician Altashich, Mitcham of David, when he fled from Saul in the cave. Be merciful to me, O Yahweh. Be merciful unto my soul, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yeah, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge until these calamities be overpassed." See, these calamities, this time they're going to stick, okay? It's going to be great debt. It's about the economic system is going to crash. these plagues are just going to take over. These pestilence is going to take over. And then you're going to have the civil unrest, and it's going to be full throttle this time, all right? They're going to get worse and worse and worse, and America, as you know, it will never be the same. So us knowing these things, what manner of conversation shall we be? We're supposed to be begging him to let us come in the shadow of his wings, where we can take refuge until these calamities overpass, man. Okay? Now listen to this guy. Check him out. All right? Check him out. He's in reality, like most of our people not.
Okay, and then my last question. What is your projection of the future in general of the United States and the West?
Oh, general decline. Yeah, general decline. Yeah. You'll see labor for that.
Hey, now look, he didn't just say United States, he say and the West. See, this whole Edomite infrastructure, the so-called man ruling in the kingdom of man, is coming to an end. We're at the end of the world, man. Let me get that precept. You see, he didn't only say America, he said just the West, period. NATO, the EU, the UN, all right? Just that Edomite vibration, the so-called white man ruling in the kingdom of men, gender equality, all that bullshit is about to be taken out of power, man. And you heard it from the elder apostles of Great Millstone first through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. These prophecies are jumping up the book, man. All right, this is I got the wrong book. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. Okay? For Esau is the end of the world, all right? And this world don't mean the planet Earth and the universe. This world is talking about the end of an eon. When you go into Greek, that word there is an age, okay? It's the end of a time period, all right? Where the so-called white man ruled the planet Earth, okay? And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. It's going to be the beginning of the nation Israel ruling in the kingdom of men. How the so-called white man ruled, he's the Shah called us Israelites, the elect of Yahweh Shema Shah. You so-called Negroes, Native Americans, people of Hispanic descent, they elected you, man. We're going to be ruling, and we want to be in that number, man. We want to be perfected. We want to be obedient in the sight of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. We want him to defend us, all right? So we could get revenge on 2/3 of our people that have came against us and hated us for our testimony of Yahweh Shai, and so we could rule over the nations for 1,000 years and for eternity, man. Rule over the so-called white man for 1,000 years, and we're going to rule over the other nations for eternity, okay? Because we're going to annihilate him off the planet Earth, okay? So we're sending the end of this so-called white man's rulership and tyranny on the planet Earth, man, okay? And that's why he said the West. The West. The West represents Grecia. Let me get that. This is what the West represents. Okay? First Maccabees. All right. This is what the West represents. And it happened to Alexander, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in the stead the first over Greece. This is when the so-called white man came into power. All of these philosophies came into earth when the white man came into power. Monoganism, gay marriage is lawful. All right, all these things started when the Greeks came into power. All right, eating detestable foods. All right, sacrificing the idols. Well, they was doing that beforehand, but it was brought on another level. Okay, matter of fact, let me get down to the point. So I'm gonna skip down to verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves and did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in earth. You see, when the so-called white man came to power, this age since he's been ruling, evils multiplied in the earth. The way things are done right now, January, February, March, those are all heathen entities. Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all heathen entities. That came from Greece. These are heathen gods, man. All right? He covered the earth in gross darkness. All right. Now let's go back to the Greeks. All right. This is Revelation 13. Okay. And to show that we're at the end of this devil's rulership. Revelation 13:2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. All right, this leopard represents the Greeks. Where Alexander used to go to war, he used to wear the head of a leopard. He killed a leopard and he put the head of a leopard on his head. You can see that in the movie Alexander the Freak. Okay. And his feet was as the feet of a bear. That bear represents Russia, the Russian bear. That's going to be the last hoorah of the Edomite infrastructure, their power. All right. That's why Russia is one of the centerpieces of prophecy, man. That's why we're so elated to see that Russian bear rise up and start off World War III, man. Because we know our great king will come back and tear down the Russians. Because Russia is going to destroy America according to prophecy. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion represent those Brits. And the dragon gave him power in the seat and great authority. Talking about Rome, all right? All of these, with the exception of Russia, all of these Edomite power structures, all these Edomite nations, they follow suit after that Roman infrastructure, that Roman democracy, okay? All of them not probably with the exception of Russia, okay? That's why I say the dragon gave them their power. These Edomite government systems all have the same government format that ancient Rome did. Okay, so we're at the end, man. So let me go back to this guy. I don't want to be all over the place.
Before that usually you're an economist. Well, I can't predict the future. I can predict the future on that. People are lazier. We're majoring in dumb shit. The labor force participation rate is going down. More and more people are just sitting at home. Even labor force participation rates for women are going down. Men have been in a continual decline.
But they argue, as they say, unemployment rates are at the lowest they've ever been.
That's because you're not just the labor force. The labor force, the unemployment figure doesn't matter.
Okay.
What everyone should be ultimately concerned about is the labor force participation rate, which is the percentage of able-bodied people who are either looking for work or are working.
And all right, and that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Let's get it. This is when he said there's no work. He say fuck the unemployment rate. He say a lot of people are not working because it don't have work. All right, and soon these computers and robots is going to take over everything, and nobody isn't going to have anywhere to work. They're going to be solely dependent on the government. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. All right. We'll start at verse 3. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, the strong men shall bow themselves. All right, we living in the days where the keepers of the house are trembling. Okay. The grinding the grinding cease because they are few. Grinding represent the work. All right. You know when guys be like, I'm gonna get my grind on. We out here grinding. All right. That means you're working. But in America, the grinding has ceased. All right, because there's few jobs. That's just what that guy just got through saying. And those that look out the windows will be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets. And we saw the doors shut in the streets during when COVID hit its full magnitude in 2020. All right, that's going to happen again. And it's going to be worse and longer. Okay? And when the sound of grinding is low, all right, when work is low, all right, this is prophesying the demise of America. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Even the music is trash. The music is garbage. All right? This is the times we're living in. It's not going to be no work. People are going to be suffering. People are going to be dying of famine, literally dying from not having food, water, and raiment, man. Okay? This guy is in reality. Our people are not.
Working. And that has been going down a lot.
So that is what people need to look at.
That's what
yeah. They're always, the unemployment rate is low.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to make it real simple for you for economics.
Yeah.
If people don't work, your country is poor. There, that's it. You can't have 2/3 of the population sitting on their ass living off of work and third. You think we're bad? Look at Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, you take out government workers, retirees, children, and lazy-ass motherfuckers sitting on their ass because free fuck shit and crap over there in Italy. I think it's like only 20% of their population is working.
Wow.
Yeah.
They take really long lunch breaks.
They take long, well, they're Italians. You got one of their cars, apparently. So,
Okay, so yeah, you know what? We talked about this with George Gammon, and he was saying your country's value, like the economy, is based on what can you produce,
right?
And that is exactly
money. Money has no value.
Money has no value.
It's what do you produce? I mean, that's just how we transact the stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, what do we produce? Well, God, we don't produce any.
And that's what our elders always taught us. Money has no value. See, we had the best teachers on the planet Earth. All right, when this guy, the one that got whacked, President Kennedy, he had America backed by gold. Then Lyndon Johnson came in and took that gold standard off the table, and now they just make money out of thin air. All right, money has no value. Oil has value. Gold has value. All right, diamonds is horrible. That's just a waste of fucking money the way they do things with diamonds, because you could go buy a $3,000 diamond necklace, and then if you try to turn that bitch right back in, they're only gonna try to buy it from you for $300, $500. Diamonds is a horrible investment. That's just a scam that Esau uses to take over. You'll do better buying pearls than diamonds, man. Diamonds is total bullshit. Now gold, you go buy a gold chain and take that bitch back, that bitch gonna hold its value like a fucking Rolex watch. If you buy a Rolex watch and try to turn it back in, no, things like that hold their values, all right? But surplus, resources, okay? Those are the things, well, not surplus, I mean resources. That's what America does. Poppy seeds. When they go in Afghanistan, they're going in there taking over the poppy seeds, all right? The heroin, all right? Pain medicine is big business here in America. $1 billion business. That's why they've been in Afghanistan all those times. Resources is true wealth, okay?
The Asians produce all of our goods and goods. I think we got a little bit of steel production and about what? You got casinos. We got, shamefully, we're YouTube. I mean, this doesn't feed people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of shocking, and you could just look at what people major in, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Like we're not raising Mike Rose of the future.
Okay.
And if you guys, certainly you're going to run into this, you probably already have, when you need something fixed, it might be a 2-3 week wait because there's not enough plumbers going around.
Yeah. And then, so what do you foresee? And you talked about getting land overseas.
I talk about getting land overseas.
How should people hedge against the decline?
That's where you have to go to someone, not me, like Andrew Henderson or Sovereign Man, Nomad Capitalist. Those are people who are out there, and that's their expertise.
Okay.
But generally speaking, you want to have it so that you're not a refugee in a foreign country. Okay. So you need to get residency or ideally citizenship if you happen to.
You see, and that's some wishful thinking. That shit not gonna work. Because judgment's gonna be from one end of the earth to the another. All right? Let me find that scripture. You can run, but you can't hide, buddy. And then you know what? You can't run. You can't run. All right? Judgment's gonna be from one end of the earth to the other. Okay? Slovakia. I should know exactly where to go to that precept. Much as we bring that precept out in the book of Amos. Where that precept at? This is Amos 5:18. Warn to them that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, you flee from America, talking about things are going to get better. You go to Zimbabwe, you go to Ghana, like Ghana asking a lot of Negroes to come there. And a bear met him. When judgment go out through the four winds, there's no running from it, okay? Went into the house and leaned on the hand of the wall, and the serpent bit him, all right? This is what you got to understand. This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing in the 4 corners of the earth. Those 4 corners of the earth means north, south, east, and west, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. See, the Most High have the four angels until the appointed time, holding back destruction. These four winds are destroying winds, calamities, catastrophes. All right? So it don't matter where you go, in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, all right, western or east. It's going to be judgment and catastrophes anywhere you go. So with this guy, see, this guy is a carnal man. He's a natural man. He don't understand spiritual things. All right, these prophecies tell us judgment is going to be from one end of the earth to the other. All right, let me find that precept. Bear with me. Here we go. I thought it was in Isaiah. This is Jeremiah 25 and 33. I'm going to start at 32. Thus said the Lord of hosts, behold, evil shall go from nation to nation. You see what I'm saying? No matter where you go. And I had that scripture marked. All right? And a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, no matter where you go. No matter where you go. And the slain of the Yahweh shall be at that day from one end of the earth unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented. Nobody's even going to cry when all these people die. Death is going to be so is going to become the social norm that people are going to see dead bodies everywhere, and it's going to become nothing. That's what it means the minds of the peoples are going to be darkened, all right? Neither gathered nor buried, okay? And they shall be dunked upon the ground. Howl, I mean cry, lament, wail, ye shepherds, and cry, and wallow yourselves in the ashes, you principal of the flock, for the day of your slaughter and your dispersions are accomplished. See, dispersion means you going somewhere else, okay? And you shall fall like a pleasant vessel. There's nothing you can do. Nobody can make cricket what the Most High has made straight. When he wants judgment to go forth, that's what's going to happen. You can't run from it, all right?
Or ideally citizenship, if you happen to have the connection. Like you, I think you have dual citizenship. Yeah, okay, so you're kind of good to go. But I would also buy land overseas.
Oh, that's one too. That's one too. That's a law where you say the people that came here to America for that American dream, that they're going to flee back into their countries. This is not it. Every man should flee back to his country. I think it's in 13. Bear with me. Salakia for not being sharp, man. Salakia, I can. What that precept? Everybody. It's going to get so bad. All these people came here for the American dream. All right? They're going to flee back to their countries. Here you go. This is Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as a chase road. All right? A chase road is a deer that's terrified, getting the fuck, running from danger. And there's a sheep that no man take up. There shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land. See? And that's what this guy's talking about. It's going to get so bad, the American dream is going to become a nightmare. Why are we over here? We came over here to get to greener pastures, to get rich, to come over here, America, the land of the free, where we could get rich. All right, that's going to be null and void, and everybody's going to go back to their own nations. All these Arabs in the hoods, licking the sores of the nation Israel, building these corner stores and shit, talking shit to their customers and handling them like shit. Jay gonna go in there and kill them niggas and spoil their stores. The Chinese that's selling all these women weave, they're gonna get spoiled. The Chinese that got their stores, these Eastern Indians, they're gonna go back to their countries. All right? That's how bad it's gonna get, because they just over here to get rich. They don't agree with the American way until they get Americanized. Okay? That's hey, what this guy is talking is prophecy. It's prophecy. It say every man shall go to his own country. This guy is saying, if you got dual citizenship, go back to your country. And he's telling Americans, It's gonna get so bad here. You need to get the fuck and buy land somewhere else.
You're kind of good to go. But I would also buy land overseas because that cannot be confiscated.
Bam. Okay.
It's there. Whereas you have a bank account that can be confiscated.
Man, you see, and this what he don't understand. That National Defense Authorization Act. Once this dollar plummets, okay, and the radio frequency identification chip becomes the number one currency on the planet Earth. All right, the rules and regulations around that currency is going to engulf the whole Earth. All right, now you look at this National Defense Authorization Act signed into legislation by Barack Faggot-ass Obama. It says that the government can possess your lands. It can spoil you legally, okay? For the army, for the military, it could take your resources. So you going somewhere else and buying land, the whole earth is going to be under that one world government, okay? It's going to have one law that all of the nations of the earth are going to come confederate with and follow. So you buying land, that shit not going to help, man. Esau do what the fuck he want in his kingdom, man. He'll come take your shit. You ain't going to be able to pay taxes on it. Why? Because if you're a man of the law, you're not gonna get a chip, and if you do pay taxes on it, that means you have conformed to the mark of the beast, MOTB. Slack your shit.
I'm not talking about tax evasion by any stretch of the imagination because that is illegal. I'm talking like, oh shit, the electricity is out, and all these social justice majors can't put the electricity grid back together. But by God, they can lecture you about privilege.
Yeah.
All right? When there's no food because we don't have any farmers, but we got an HR bitch who's going to tell you about how she needs a master's degree for whatever reason. You're going to want to like, oh, you know what? Bulgaria has potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So,
and what he's saying
but
is right.
that's as much as I.
And what this guy is saying is right, man. All right. And we just funnel things like that through the scriptures. This is Genesis 41:28. This is the thing that I have spoken to Pharaoh, where Yahweh is about to show unto Pharaoh. All right, America is modern day Egypt. All right, the same thing that happened to ancient Egypt is going to happen here in America. All right, now the Most High revealed this dream of Pharaoh's to Joseph, and this is what Joseph told him. And you can liken this to what's about to happen in our day and time. Behold, there comes 7 years of great plenty throughout the land of Egypt. America had his greatest days. His greatest days are behind him. All right, her great and plenty days, she's had them. 7 means just means completion. All right, spiritually. So she's completed her great days. From 619, I say to the 50s, America had its best days. All right, from 1619 when they first brought the slaves over here to around the 1950s, those were America's best days. Okay. Those were her glory days. All right? Those were her days of plenty. Those were her best days. Okay? And there, all right, Salakia, verse 30, and there shall arise after them 7 years of famine. All right? See, famine means you lack resources. All right? You lack infrastructure. You're without capital. All right? You're in the lower state. All right. When this hits America, America will never rise again. And the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt. I see all these glory days of America about to be forgotten. It's about to be so hellish, freakish, and demonic around this bitch. Everybody gonna forget the good glory days of hanging niggas from trees, and getting their free labor, and being prideful and arrogant, saying this is the best nation on the planet Earth. We got so much shit. All right. Those days are going to be a figment of your imagination. All right. And the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. All right. We about to see a sore famine consume the land. All these prophecies are going to come to pass. And the plenty shall not be known in the land of the reason of the famine following. It's going to get so bad, everybody's going to not remember the glory days. All right. 7 years of horror will make you forget 7 years of plenty. Okay? It's a scripture in the Apocrypha that say something to the effect, I'm roughly paraphrasing, when you're sick, it make you forget the days of health. And I'm roughly paraphrasing. It's something to that effect. And it should be very grievous. And the plenty shall not be known in the land of the famine following, for it shall be very grievous. It's about to be very grievous in America. All right? And for by the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice, is because the thing is established by Yahweh, and Yahweh will surely bring it to pass. All right? Now, when you read the rest of this chapter, all right, Daniel, through the Spirit, devised a plan, all right, and it was the Most High's plan ultimately for Egypt not to fall because of the understanding the Most High gave Joseph to save Egypt. But in our case, when you liken the scripture to modern day Egypt, no plan is installed for Egypt to survive, okay? The Most High is about to bring to pass utterly destruction of America, okay? That's why I brought the scripture out. As a matter of fact, let me get the one in Jeremiah. The one in Jeremiah 51 and 9. And it reads, we would have healed Babylon, but she shall not be healed, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let everyone go into his own country. That's what that guy was talking about. For her judgment reaches into heaven and is lifting up into the skies. You see, the Most High about to destroy this bitch. And when this bitch is descending in oblivion, she will not rise again. All right? The kingdom of heaven is not. We're not going to have to worry about black bitches lording over us, putting brothers on child support, taking brothers to court, taking your children away from you. Those days are about to be over. We about to see them suffer. They about to see us get our power back. We're not about to have to argue with a woman and do things by diplomacy, meet them 50-50, meet me halfway. Fuck all that. God, Yahweh Shema Messiah say his prescribed order, a man shall rule over a woman. A woman is supposed to submit to a man. We don't have to argue and talk to no woman. The Most High is going to give us our power back. These other nations, when they see us walk, they're going to bow on the ground and lick the dust off our feet, man. And that's a metaphor. They're not going to literally lick our feet. But we might let our concubines do it. You know what I mean? But outside of that, man, he's going to put us in our place of supremacy on the planet Earth, man. These prophecies have to come to pass. This great day of death have to come. The Dalit has to come. These missiles have to come so things can be put in its right order, man. The earth is mourning. Us men, children ruling over us. Women ruling over us, man. We don't got no power in this bitch. Try to rule your household. Let that bitch get mad. You're going to see you don't got no power. You don't even have to be married to a woman. A woman been standing with you a few days and you put out, they're going to tell you got to take her to court and get her evicted, man. You don't got no power in your house. You don't got no power with your children. You have the illusion that you do. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, you have no power. Marriage in America is defiled. This woman could get mad, leave you, and take your kids and then take half of your increase. These things have to be dealt with, man. We tired with. That's why we sigh and cry for the abominations that go on around about us, man. Okay? This is the book. I'm going back to 2nd Ezra. 16. And I'm going to start at 40. Oh, my people, hear my word. Make you ready for the battle and those evils, and in those evils, be even as pilgrims on the earth, all right? This means get off the grid, get rid of your electronics, your technology, all right? Because you could be traced by them, and have faith in me and be pilgrims in the earth. Go in the wilderness, and I will comfort you. I will take care of you, I will feed you. I will clothe you. And for you to do that, you have to have faith. So right now, you need to be getting built up on your most holy faith. He that selleth, let him be as him that flee away. All right? Fuck doing business and commerce in America, because you're going to have a computer chip implemented into your biology and then in your anatomy, man. All right? And he that buyeth is one of that lose, man. Fuck your dreams, goals, and aspirations in America. All right? Flee Babylon mentally, man. All right? And we're going to do it physically when we get off this grid. He that occupy merchandise and he that have no profit, buy it. And he that build it, as he shall not dwell therein. Okay? This is the spirit you're supposed to be in. He that soweth represents working, laboring, as if he should not reap. You got to know this place about to be destroyed by fervent heat. Anything you do here is vanity. So also he that planteth the vineyard, as he shall not gather grapes. They that marry, as though they get no children. All right, give up on this family shit here in America. If you're dealing with a woman, she not in order, she not submitting to you. If you got children that is sold out to Western philosophy, fuck them. You'll get them back in the kingdom. And they that marry not, as the widowers. And therefore they that labor in vain. All right, and let's show you why. This is the book of Psalms 127:1, and it reads, all right, 100 degrees for Solomon, except Yahweh build the house. They that labor in vain that build it, except the Lord keep the city. The watchmen watch in vain. The Most High not with you. Anything you're doing in this society, it's a waste of time. It's vanity, because it's going to be all destroyed, all burnt up with fervent heat. Okay? Your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. If they here in America, it's vanity. It's going to be destroyed, because America, Yahweh is not with America. He's only dealing with America to fulfill prophecy, seal his elect men, build new creatures, and then beam us up out of here. Everything else, this fashion of life, anything here, the NBA, the WNBA, banking system, schools, all that shit going to be burnt up. The way you do business and commerce, all that's going to be done away with. All right? The Most High going to put a new thing in the earth, all right? He's going to put a new thing in the earth. This is 2nd Ezra 15. Oh, what a precept I wanted. Bear with me. All right, it's down here. Okay. I'm going to start at 55. 2nd Ezra 15:55. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shall thou receive recompense. All right, everybody that rejected Yahweh's servants that on the highways prophesying week in and week out, all right, the Most High is going to give you your reward, because he say, it's written in the book of Luke, he that rejected you rejected me, and he that rejected me rejected him that sent me. All right? And it's also coming to America, that harlot that pushes this wicked wine to the nation of Israel, that the Israelites may be drunk and he could look upon her nakedness. Okay? So when he gives America this cup of trembling to drink, 2/3 of our people are going to drink it with her. Like as though thou hast done unto my chosen. See what she's done to his elect. Lord willing, we're in his righteous number, saith Yahweh. Even so shall Yahweh do unto thee. You call that revenge, recompense. That's what we want, man. The truth is all about revenge and recompense. It's a righteous thing for Yahweh Shem Awashai to give tribulation to them that trouble us, and shall deliver thee into mischief. All right? And we can't wait to see this. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword, and the city shall be broken down, and thine shall perish with the sword in the field. All these first world comforts that you have, you thump your feet at the edge of a bed, and hit that little metal part, and you're able to call the ambulance to come tend to you. You fall outside, break your ankles, sprain your ankle, and you be able to call 911. Those are comforts. Those are first world comforts. If that shit happened to you in one of them villages in Africa, you got to fix your shit yourself. If a snake bites you in Africa, you probably just out of here. Ain't no anti-venom coming to you. You better learn how to suck that shit out and find a herb that'll heal it. Cut that part of that limb of the body off before it spread. All these first world comforts are about to be taken away. And I can't wait to see these people in distress. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger and eat their own flesh. We talking cannibalism, man. All right? This is what that guy said America and the West is about to descend into. America needs Edomite countries, Great Britain, Australia, all right, the Netherlands. All of these white countries, all right, they about to turn into third world countries overnight. All right, we're about to see a paradigm shift in the planet Earth and drink their own blood for the very hunger of bread and the thirst of water. Thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive the plagues again. And these are the beautiful times we're living in. These things have to come to pass first for us to go into immortality, for us to go in the kingdom and get those crowns put on our heads and rule in the kingdom of man. We got to go through the narrow path first. We got to endure all these hardships. And right now is the time to be building yourself up, begging Yahweh Shem Shai to be merciful to you, making your bond tighter with him and our son and our great king and his son, our great king, and pray without ceasing, honor the brotherhood, and keep your garments unstained from this wicked, perverse world. So with that, I want to give infinite honors to my Heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh Shem Shai, by Shem Kakadash, double honors to my teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in Yahweh Shai, Kwam Yasharala Abba Abba.